Gon Freecss, a protagonist who at first glance seems to fit the shonen hero mold perfectly. However, this isn't actually the case. He may be a super strong innocent-eyed kid with a bit of a lacking intellect, but at the same time, he is a raw manifestation of human nature and a brilliant vessel to explore the ideas of loss and rage. If you find yourself entertained at any point during this video, then consider liking, subscribing and ringing the bell, as I can't explain to you how much such a small action can do for this channel. Also, my new book, Gang Fluid Justice, is now available on Amazon.com, link in the description. Anyway, on with the video. Gon is one of my favourite protagonists in anime, and this isn't just because he's a big strong punchy guy, no, it's due to the layers of brilliant thematics around his character. Hunter, in my interpretation, is a story about human nature, about humans' tendency to blame others and seek revenge, their desire to fulfill their lust, to find a purpose in life, to seek the ultimate thrill, to live life freely without constraints. Gon, though, in a way, is a blank slate. He doesn't really have any strong motivations throughout most of the story. Yeah, he wants to find Jing, but can you honestly say his desire to find his father is as strong as Kurapika's desire to kill the truth or Leorio's desire to become a doctor and help others? And that's kind of the point. Gon doesn't have goals or destinations to reach, as he is just enjoying the journey, to quote Jing.
道草を楽しめ。大いにな。欲しいものより大切なものがきっとそっちに転がってる。
Gon is a very reactionary character as a result. I mean, look at the way he reacts to certain characters. He doesn't like Chrollo because he hurts people that have nothing to do with him, but thanks Binal, another mass murderer, because he helped them train. Gon lacks a wider perspective and as such forms opinions on people in a vacuum. If they're useful to him, he will like them even if they are a murderer. He cares for his friends a lot, as they are just that, his friends. He didn't care about those randoms that died in the Hunter exam, as they are people he doesn't have a relationship with. They are people that have nothing to do with him. And in the same regard, he grows to care for characters like Tompa to an extent, just due to being around them. However, in this regard, Gon is a hypocrite. He hates Chrollo for killing people who have nothing to do with him. Just like how in Chimera Ant, he has no qualms with killing Kumagi, someone who has nothing to do with him just to reach his goal. However, this isn't to say Gon is a bad guy, as he is at the end of the day human. Just like every character in the series, he is just a human trying to survive in a harsh world, and is as such being shaped by said harsh world. Gon is very much like the antagonist of this series, which fits with the view of Hunter being a story about human nature, as Gon, the blank slate of human nature, reflects all the many sides of humanity that the series antagonists represent. Something I explain in this video here, but do be warned, the editing and audio are pretty bad, but even so it's one of my best videos content wise, so I still recommend checking it out after this video. The point though is that Gon is someone who has been shaped by a harsh world, a world of survival of the fittest. Gon values strength, he values being strong, and due to being raised on an island where survival of the fittest is very much part of everyday life, it is not surprising that he has grown up to think this way. One of Gon's most terrifying attributes is his rage, his anger. As early as York knew, Gon showed the monstrous power of his rage, being able to beat Nobunaga, a far physically stronger character, in an arm wrestle due to said rage. And the rage in this specific situation was due to Gon being unable to understand Nobunaga and the spiders. He doesn't understand how they can kill people without remorse, but then cry over their friends. He doesn't understand the contradiction in people. Even though as discussed before, this is also something he himself is guilty of. Gon has a tendency to label people in a way, to have a pre-assigned opinion of someone and then stay firm to that belief. However, when characters show contradictory nature, behaviour outside of Gon's pre-assigned label, then he gets confused. How can the person I thought was a bad guy cry for his friends? How can this evil ant who killed Kite want to save a human girl? And this confusion, this inability to comprehend people at different sides, is what often leads to Gon's rage. He is a little kid at the end of the day, one who when they feel intense emotions has nothing to do but lash out. People often complain that Gon's reaction in Chimera Ant was unrealistic, but I honestly believe these people to be completely wrong. Although I'd say poorly covered in the 2011 anime, Gon and Kite's relationship is nothing less than beautiful. Kite taught Gon an important life lesson and put him on the path to become a hunter. Kite is the catalyst for the entire story, he is Gon's mentor figure. So of course Gon would feel grief over his apparent death, and then go into denial as he is a kid who before this point has never suffered proper loss. Gon is a kid who lost his mentor figure because he was too weak. Kite died because he was too weak. So what does Gon do? He becomes strong, he becomes the strongest he can become, and he kills Pito. After transforming, Gon no longer has to worry about being too weak or about being killed by Pito. And when viewed in this light, this whole scene becomes even more tragic. Gon gave into his rage and as a result he lost everything. However, in the end, he was still saved. He may have lost his Nen, but Killua saved his life. Gon is almost psychopathic in parts of the story with how he forces things onto Killua. He made him take the brunt of the force in the volleyball match, and he treated him like a borderline enemy in parts of the palace invasion. However, they were still friends. And even if he was controlling and inconsiderate at times, he gave Killua something he wanted more than anything else, a friend. Gon didn't force Killua to save him, Killua did so of his own accord to save his best friend, the person who changed his life forever and helped him to find his own purpose in life. As Gon does that, he brightens the mood. He may have his dark moments and may give into his rage, but unlike what some people may lead you to believe, he isn't some evil, deranged psychopath. He's just a kid, raised in a harsh world, who is still trying to figure himself out. He gives into a rage, into desire, he unknowingly manipulates people and judges people for things he is also guilty of. He is flawed like all people, as he is a human, a bog standard human who has both a dark side and a light. As more than anything, Gon is a person. Sorry this video was all over the place and kind of short. I have so much more I could say on Gon, so sorry this was kind of a whistle-stop tour of Gon's character and not the usual in-depth analysis I'm known for. So do expect some more in-depth Gon videos in the future. Comment of the week comes from Bone Druid, and thank you man, glad you enjoyed, and don't worry, I'll keep up the work and get some more Monogatari videos on the way. If you have any opinions on Gon or Hunter as a whole, then tell me in the comment section down below, and if you have a suggestion for a future video, then again the comment section is funny enough down below. Also don't forget to check out my Twitter @SethTheSin for channel updates and just general chatter, and my DMs are always open if you want to chat to me directly. Or check out my Instagram @SethTheSin_cosplay to see my cosplays or random anime merchandise. Also, as said before, my new book, Yang Fluid Justice, is out now, so check it out, link in the description. So with all that said and done, I've been Seth the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, and I am signing out. Stay safe, everyone.